With shooting of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier on the way, and it's expected to premiere in fall of 2020, many eyes are on the stars who are of course going to be continuing in the MCU. Now today we're going to look at Anthony Mackie talking about taking up the shield and the mantle of Captain America and how emotional it is for him. So when it comes to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, there's a whole lot of stuff we don't know. There's a lot of details that are being kept under wraps, and there's certainly leaks out there. But when you look at the whole grand scheme of things and the scope of the story, we really can't connect many of the dots to try to understand what is happening. Now, at the same time, as they're doing the press tour and talking about some of the other things they're gonna be in and what they're doing, Anthony Mackie opens up about Captain America, specifically going forward in the MCU and him taking on that mantle. As always, you guys can check out the article in the description down below as I put it up on the screen. And talking with Insider, here is what Mackie had to say. You know what? To be honest, it's very emotional. I've been in the business for 20 years, and I've been fortunate enough to do some amazing stuff and work with amazing people. For me, to be a black man in 2019 and be given the helm of Captain America with the history of black men in this country is a monumental step, not only in entertainment, but also in my life. It's been extremely emotional. Look, my grandfather was a sharecropper. You know what I mean? There's a lot of history and pain and triumph and joy that comes along with me being Captain America. So you can tell he's coming at this from a very emotional point, and I really appreciate this, that he opens up about that, because a lot of times there's actors out there who open up about the role and they're just like, it's a paycheck, it's just a job, I can't wait to get it done and then I'm gone, right? And that kind of really bugs me, because some of these characters, like for example Captain America, he's passed that mantle on in the comics, and when it's passed on, the story that goes along with it is usually emotional and resonates with the character and it resonates with what's happening in the world. Obviously, Sam Wilson has been Captain America. He was the first one to take on that mantle in the 90s, then Bucky Barnes, then Sam took it again, most recently this decade, and just including that tells me that they want to kind of reflect what's going on, but also look back on history and try to line that up. And this just gets me excited because we've already talked about some of the set photos and things out there that seem to be hinting towards some sort of historical factor playing a role in this series. And maybe it won't tie anything into Captain America, and more than likely will, considering John Walker is, well, one of the heroes in the series. But I'm really interested to see how they play this up and how much of a personal story they actually dive into with the Falcon. Because, again, we know that the story is the government doesn't want him to be Captain America, but he has to do it for whatever the story's about. So, pretty awesome.